It's the 3rd of June, another sleepy, dusty Delta day.
Hi, and welcome to The Bridge Master here on Lake City Players. It's a new segment on Lake City Players talking about those things that really scare you in life, like scary river bridges. I'm Bo Sansing. I'm your Bridge Master. I've been an aficionado of bridges since I was a little kid. Very much scared of a lot of them, but you overcome your fear, and, well, there's nothing like an exhilarating ride across a narrow steel bridge on a deep body of water. But today we're not here to talk about the Mississippi River, which the Mississippi River is something I grew up on and was used to. We had an old scary bridge. I'm from West Helena, Arkansas originally, and lived in a great deal of places here in Mississippi and Arkansas. And, well, today I'd like to talk to you about not the Mississippi River Bridge crossings of the Ohio River of some of those legendary bridges, but we're talking about bridges that time has forgot. And our bridge today is none other than the County Road 512 Sidon Bridge, which is most famous for the movie Ode to Billy Joe. We're going to talk about the bridge, and also we're going to talk about the truth and where that bridge actually is located, and a little bit about the history. So we'll do that here in just a second, here on the Lake City Players, The Bridge Master. And we're back. As you can see in the background here, I've got a picture of the front side of the bridge here. It used to be here. It's hard to find pictures of this old bridge. It was built somewhere along the 1920s and was demolished in 1987. Now, when they did the filming of the movie Ode to Billy Joe, it was around from 1975 to 1976 in 3 different locations in Mississippi. One in Greenwood, one here with the bridge in Sidon, and a sawmill down in Vaden. Well, the actual story and the actual bridge that this legend is talking about in the song is actually a little bit closer to where I live in Grenada County, Mississippi. The old bridge that, well, I've spoke to a man down in Holcomb, Mississippi, which is about 8 miles from here in Grenada West. And he told me the whole legend. He didn't give me the boy's name that did it, but he told me that it was a true story. But where they depicted it in the movie was not the real place. And he didn't even jump in the Tallahatchie River. He jumped in the Yellowbusher River. Reason being is back during the 1950s, before all of the communities in the Grenada area kind of slashed off part of where Tallahatchie County used to be, Holcomb, which is the town 8 miles west of Grenada, most of it used to be in Tallahatchie County. So before, road improvements and things like that were done, the old bridge that he actually jumped off of was still standing. Only a span of it was still standing, though. Just a couple of years ago, in the backwoods near the Yellowbusher River, about 2 miles going towards Cleveland, right there at the Yellowbusher River, and near the Tallahatchie County line. Well, the story and the legend, created, of course, the names get changed because a lot of people don't want the embarrassment. But the actual bridge was still standing up till a couple of years ago, and somebody figured out that they could get the last remaining span and turn it into scrap iron. But I've actually seen it, and somewhere along in my pictures, I have a picture of the old Sidon Bridge. I actually have 2 of them if I can find them. And if I can, I'll redo this video. But right now we're going to talk a little bit about the bridge itself. As you can tell, this is an old country-style bridge, wooden floor. I used to travel this bridge a lot with my dad when we lived in Greenwood when I was a kid. And we used to take this bridge and go to Belzona because it was the only way. Well, since 87, they tore that bridge down. They built a new concrete that goes over the bridge, a little bit taller, a little bit, so there used to actually be barges that traveled on the Yazoo River. In fact, I remember one of our trips to Belzona, the bridge actually had a thing that you could turn it sideways. So the main span of the bridge was turned sideways. And, as you can tell, as we'll see a side view here in a second, the bridge actually, it was Roebuck Road, which is County Road 512. And that was the only way to get across the river at that point. to try to get to Belzona. So anyway, I've been across this bridge a few times. It's been a long time. Of course, it's not there anymore, but there's a plaque on the new bridge that talks about the old bridge. So if you're ever over in the Delta, get a chance to check that out. It's down around Sidon. You can't miss it. But talking more about the bridge, like I say, there used to be barge traffic on the Yazoo, and when there used to be barges coming through, they used to turn the bridge sideways. And as you can tell, you know, it's a pretty wide bridge. Yeah, the Yazoo's about probably a quarter the size of the Mississippi, say where I grew up at in Helena. So as you can tell, it could be, you know, navigable for barge traffic. But how do you say, if you know the Ode to Billy Joe, how do you figure that it's not a real big drop? How did he die? Well, he tied his hands together, according to the movie. But into the legend of the lore of what the man told me is that that he had got drunk and jumped off the bridge, essentially why he drowned. But I just wanted to fill you in on a little bit about Ode to Billy Joe and this segment we call The Bridge Master. Tune in next time as we talk about old forgotten bridges of the Mississippi and the Ohio. I'm your host, Bo Sansing, and we'll talk to you later.
It was the 3rd of June, another sleepy, dusty Delta day. I was out